Let's be honest, most of us think building wealth is like trying to solve an impossible maze. We see charts with squiggly lines, hear a bunch of acronyms, and listen to 1,000 different gurus, all shouting conflicting advice. It feels overwhelming, complicated, and for many, just downright impossible. You feel like you're drowning in a sea of complexity, convinced that financial freedom is a puzzle only the rich and brilliant can solve. But what if I told you the path to financial freedom isn't a maze at all? What if it's actually a simple, two-lane road? In this video, I'm going to break down the only two steps you truly need to understand to build real, lasting wealth. This isn't about get-rich-quick fantasies or risky bets. This is a proven strategy that has worked for decades, and it's simpler than you've ever been led to believe. By the end, you'll have a clear, actionable roadmap you can start using today. The first step: master your surplus. The entire journey to wealth kicks off with one foundational rule, a principle so simple it's almost insulting. You have to spend less than you earn. That's it. That's the bedrock of everything. The gap between your income and your expenses is your surplus. It's your seed money. It's the fuel for your wealth-building engine. Without a surplus, you're just stuck in neutral. The trap is, most people live right up to the edge of their income, or even past it. Lifestyle inflation is a powerful force. As you earn more, you naturally want to spend more. A bigger house, a nicer car, more subscriptions, more dinners out. Your lifestyle quietly expands to eat up every last dollar, leaving nothing for your future self. Breaking this cycle is the first, non-negotiable step. Your goal is to consciously and aggressively widen that gap between what you make and what you spend. So how do you actually do that? You need a plan for your money. Some call it a budget, but I like to think of it as a spending plan. It's not about restriction, it's about intention. There are tons of methods, and the best one is always the one you'll actually stick with. A great starting point for many is the 50-30-20 rule. It's super straightforward. 50% of your after-tax income goes to your needs, things like housing, utilities, and groceries. 30% goes to your wants, entertainment, hobbies, and fun stuff. And the most important part, 20% goes directly to savings and paying off debt. This gives you a balanced structure for enjoying today while building for tomorrow. Another powerful method is to pay yourself first. This is a game changer. Before you pay your rent, before you buy groceries, before a single dollar goes to a want, you transfer a set amount, say 20% of your paycheck, into a separate savings or investment account. Automate it so you don't even have to think about it. This flips the script from saving what's left over to spending what's left after you save. For those who want maximum control, there's zero-based budgeting. With this method, every single dollar gets a job. Your income minus all your expenses, savings, and investments has to equal zero. This forces you to be incredibly intentional and shows you exactly where your money is going. The ultimate goal, championed by financial independence pioneer J.L. Collins, is to push for a savings rate of 50% or more. Now, that might sound totally impossible from where you are today, and that's okay, but it just shows you the incredible power of your surplus. Your savings rate is the single most important lever you can pull on your journey to financial freedom. Clear the roadblocks, eradicate high-interest debt. Before you can start paving your road to wealth, you have to clear the giant boulders blocking your path. That boulder is high-interest debt. J.L. Collins calls it a hair-on-fire emergency, and he's absolutely right. Consumer debt from credit cards or personal loans is a guaranteed negative return. It's like trying to fill a bucket that has a giant hole in the bottom. You can pour all you want, but you'll never get ahead. So before you even think about seriously investing, this debt becomes priority number one. Every dollar of surplus you just created with your spending plan should be aimed like a fire hose at your highest interest debts. The most mathematically effective strategy is often called the debt avalanche method. First, you list all of your debts, credit cards, car loans, everything, and order them by interest rate from highest to lowest. You keep making the minimum payments on everything to stay current. But then you take every single extra dollar you've got and throw it at the debt with the highest interest rate. Once that one's gone, you take all the money you were paying on it, the minimum payment plus all the extra, and roll it onto the debt with the next highest interest rate. This creates a powerful payment cascade that picks up speed as you eliminate each debt. It's the quickest way to get out of debt and saves you the most money on interest. A good rule of thumb is to aggressively pay off any debt with an interest rate above 5% or 6% before you start investing heavily. Think about it, the guaranteed return you get from paying off a credit card with a 22% interest rate is a risk-free 22% return on your money. No investment in the world can safely guarantee that. Once that high-interest debt is gone, something magical happens. That huge monthly payment you were sending to the bank is now yours to keep. You've not only cleared the road, but you've also freed up a massive amount of cash flow to deploy in the second, and most exciting, step. The second step paved the road with smart investing. With your high-interest debt gone and a consistent surplus flowing in, you're ready for step 2, smart investing. This is where your money finally starts working for you, building wealth around the clock thanks to the power of compounding. Now, this is the part where people get lost in the maze. They think they need to be a stock-picking genius or a market-timing wizard, but the simple path is to ignore all that noise. The solution is to consistently invest your surplus into low-cost, broad-based index funds. An index fund is an investment that holds a collection of stocks from an entire market index, like the S&P 500 or the total U.S. stock market. For example, a fund like Vanguard's Total Stock Market Index Fund, you might see its ticker symbol as VTSAX or the ETF version VTI, holds a small piece of nearly every publicly traded company in the U.S. That's thousands of companies in one shot. Why is this so simple and effective? First, instant diversification. By buying one fund, you own a tiny slice of the entire American economy. You aren't betting on one company to succeed. You're betting on the long-term growth of the market as a whole. The fund is even self-cleansing. When companies fail, they drop out of the index, and when new, innovative companies pop up, they're automatically added. Second, the costs are incredibly low. The expense ratios for these funds are often just a few hundredths of a percent. Meanwhile, actively managed funds, where some manager is trying to beat the market, often charge 1% or more. That tiny difference might sound small, but over decades, that 1% fee can devour hundreds of thousands of dollars of your returns. Third, and most importantly, it works. Study after study shows that over the long haul, the vast majority of professional, high-paid fund managers fail to beat the returns of a simple index fund. Trying to beat the market is a loser's game for most people. The winning move is to just buy the whole market and hold on tight. So let's just pause for a second. We've busted the myth that building wealth has to be complicated. We've laid out that step 1 is creating a surplus by spending less than you earn, and step 2 is investing that surplus in simple, powerful index funds. If this is already making more sense than anything you've heard before, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Every video on this channel is dedicated to breaking down these big financial topics into simple, actionable steps just like this. The journey in motion. So what does this actually look like in practice? The journey follows a clear, logical order. First, you lock in your spending plan and start generating a surplus. Second, you use that surplus to aggressively destroy all your high-interest debt. Third, once the debt is gone, you keep funneling that surplus into a high-yield savings account until you have a fully funded emergency fund. That's about 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses. This fund is your financial firewall. It protects you from life's curveballs, so you never have to sell your investments at a bad time or fall back into debt. Fourth, with your debts paid and your emergency fund full, you now direct your entire surplus, that 20%, 30%, or maybe even 50% of your income, into your chosen low-cost index funds, month after month. Automatically, this is the phase where you become an unstoppable wealth-building machine. You just keep investing consistently, no matter what the market is doing. If the market is up, your portfolio grows. If the market is down, you're just buying more shares at a discount. It's on sale. You ignore the headlines, you tune out the panic, and you simply continue to buy and hold, letting compound growth do its magic over years and decades. This is the journey that leads to what J.L. Collins famously calls FU money. It's not about being arrogant. It's about having the financial power to walk away from a job you hate, a toxic situation, or anything that compromises your well-being. It's the point where your investment portfolio is big enough to generate income that can cover your living expenses forever. That is the definition of financial freedom. The simple 4% rule suggests that once your investments are 25 times your annual expenses, you can likely live off the returns indefinitely. Building wealth isn't some complex maze. It's a simple two-lane road. The first lane is aggressive saving. Spend less than you earn and systematically wipe out your high-interest debt. The second lane is smart investing. Consistently invest that surplus into low-cost, diversified index funds. That's it. That is the simple path to financial freedom. Now, simple doesn't mean easy. It takes discipline, patience, and a long-term mindset. It requires you to tune out all the noise and trust the process, but it doesn't require you to be a genius. It doesn't require you to get lucky. It just requires you to take these two steps over and over again until you arrive at your destination. The power is in your hands. You can choose to stay lost in the maze, or you can start driving down this simple, proven road today. I want to hear from you. What's the one action you're going to take this week to get started on this path? Are you going to draft a spending plan, make an extra debt payment, or open that investment account? Let me know in the comments below.